Welcome back. My name is Aaron.
My name is Colin.
And this is
the SportsHIve Show.
Woo! Thank you for matching my cracked voice there.
You're welcome.
I'm getting over being sick, so my voice is going to crack like I'm 12. So, sorry about it, but not really. We're going to get straight into it. Tonight was the NBA draft.
First round.
Let's see who has the pick of the draft.
Of course, the number one consensus was AJ, I don't know how you say D or Dibanasta to the Washington Wizards. And then we'll just go through the whole shebang.
Let's do it.
Darren Peterson got drafted to the Utah Jazz. Cameron Boozer, the son of Carlos Boozer, went to the Memphis Grizzlies. Then Caleb Wilson got drafted to the Bulls. Keaton Wagler got drafted to the Clippers. Then Mikael Brown Jr. got drafted to the Nets. Darius Acuff Jr. got drafted to the Sacramento Kings. Kingston Flemings got drafted to the Atlanta Hawks. Morez Johnson Jr. got drafted to the Dallas Mavericks. Braden Burries got drafted to the Milwaukee Bucks. Then Yaxel Lindenberg got drafted to Golden State. Ade Mara got drafted to OKC. Nate Ahmet got drafted to the Bucks via Miami. Haynes Steinbach got drafted by the Hornets. Dalen Swain got drafted to the Bulls. Then Bennett Sturritz got drafted to the Thunder via Memphis. Then Abuka Okori got drafted to the Pistons from OKC via Memphis. Christian Anderson Jr. got drafted to the Charlotte Hornets. Alan Graves got drafted to the Raptors. Jaden Quientance got drafted to the Spurs. Kareem Lopez got drafted to the Grizzlies via Detroit. LeBaron Fillon Jr. got to the 76ers. Zuby Ejiofor got drafted to the Atlanta Hawks. And Cameron Carr got drafted to the Lakers via the Knicks. Then Sergio De La Herrera got drafted to the Mavericks from New York via LA. Terrence Reed Jr. got drafted to the Spurs via Denver. Chris Sanak Jr. got drafted to the Celtics. Joshua Jefferson got drafted to the Nets via Minnesota from that trade that happened earlier, I believe. Then Alex Carabon got drafted to the Kings via the Cavs. Then to round it out, Koa Pete drafted to the Suns from New York via Dallas.
A lot of trading happening in the first round. So it looks like the Thunder, I want to talk about the Thunder since they were the most recent. The Thunder look like they got a Wemby stopper? No. 7'3" center.
Yeah,
to compete.
It's possible that the Spurs may never have a chance to win again. So, I'm
saying, is he a Wemby stopper? Maybe not.
Probably not. Sometimes big guys really don't work out, obviously, like that big.
Right.
Unless, I don't know his muscle mass and weight and all that compared to Wemby's. But if he's bigger than Wemby, then it's going to be an issue for the Spurs.
Yeah, we'll see what's up. That one, I think, obviously, that one's geared towards trying to take out the Spurs and making sure they're on top of the Spurs every year. I think that was a smart business move on the Thunder because really there's nobody out there that can compete with Wemby.
Jokic.
Yeah.
That'd be the only one.
Right. How tall is Jokic?
I think he's 7 foot.
But
he's thicker. But he's also losing weight, it looks like, but I don't know.
Right. He's looking good.
Yeah.
He's looking good. And then Boozer, Carlos Boozer's son, going number 3. I had not realized, because his name's Cameron, I had not realized that Cameron was that sought out.
Mm-hmm. So the Boozer twins.
Because I knew he was going into the draft. I didn't realize he was going to be a top 3 pick, which is awesome.
Yeah, it's Cameron and Caden. They are both super good collegiate players. And obviously Cameron got drafted 3rd overall. And I don't know if Caden even declared for the draft, which I can't remember if he did or not. I don't see why you wouldn't.
If your brother's going in.
Yeah, if your twin brother's going in. So Caden at Duke averaged 7.7 points, 2.3 rebounds, 3.0 assists, and shot 50%. Cameron, okay, all of a sudden just disappeared. Okay. Averaged 22.5 points, 10.2 rebounds, 4.1 assists, and shot 55.6% from the
So
field.
that's why he went number 3.
Correct.
And his brother is either going to go in the later rounds if he did declare, because I don't know, or he's staying at Duke to play some more to bring up his draft a little bit because, yeah, not going to get drafted.
Yeah, that's right. So he opted to return to Duke.
Makes sense.
So-
You got to pump those numbers up, and those are weak. But I don't know how much play time he was getting either.
Well, obviously, I can't remember if they both started. I think at some points they did both start. But like we were talking about earlier, Caden, had he entered the draft, he probably, if he would have gotten picked up, it probably would have been like last or like mid to late second round. And I'm sure he wants that
Be in the first.
high draft capital and
For
be in
sure.
the top 5, top 10. So it's smart for him to go back to Duke and start and then develop and hopefully win a natty for his sake. They're both 18 years old, so he's got a lot of time to
For sure.
develop. And we'll see if his game translates to the NBA.
That's always the thought process, right? For any kind of draft. NFL draft, NBA draft. Can they go into the league and play that speed of the game, right? Because most of these guys, especially in the NBA, they come into their rookie season, and you can tell they have no muscle mass for most of these players. And then they play their rookie year, and they're like, crap, I got to catch up.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go ahead and that next offseason, they're in the gym and they're putting on their muscle mass because they can't realize, or they do realize, that they can't compete yet.
Yeah,
They build up.
they're both pretty big boys already, but Cam a little bit bigger than Caden. I would guess that I don't think Cam's going to be tossed around a lot, but I mean, he's going to have his welcome to the NBA moment, and someone's going to have to give it to him. And It's probably going to be somebody like Giannis, somebody like LeBron, somebody of the bigger stature, maybe Jokic, Wemby.
Yeah.
Gets his ankles broken by Steph or Kyrie, who knows?
Is Boozer automatically the best player on the Grizzlies now?
Well, you still have Jaw.
Right. For the time being. Talks of him getting traded out.
Yeah, I feel like if Ja were to get traded, it would have happened already.
That's
I
what
don't
was
see
thinking.
any big superstar names get traded after the draft is over tomorrow. If it doesn't happen tomorrow, I don't think it will happen.
Right.
Because you're obviously going to trade for draft picks. If someone's point guard heavy and they're like going to win, not point guard heavy, point guard needy, and they're in a need to win now scenario, I can see that happening. Yeah, but I don't know. You're going to have to give up something, obviously, for him.
Right.
Granted, Ja didn't play that much last year, and when he did, he wasn't that good. But previous years, obviously, people know what he can do, how he can score, defense, all that jazz, explosiveness.
So does he need a point guard?
Well, there actually was talks about Ja going to the Suns, but it would be getting rid of Brooks and Gillespie and like Mark Williams, and I think a first.
He's not worth that much. He's not worth 3 players in a first. Not even close.
Well,
He's
Brooks
that
is
good.
Brooks is the older guy of the group. Mark sometimes has health issues. Colin is not proven yet, I feel like, although he had a really good season this last season. So you'd have to take a gander at it. You'd have to ponder it if you want a Ja who's in his mid to late 20s, if that, and then pair him up with Booker for year like 13 or 14 for Booker.
Yeah. Let's talk about the big trade that happened. Probably the biggest trade that's going to happen this season. Giannis. Where did Giannis go?
He went to Miami. Took his talents to South Beach.
He's going to Miami Heat to play with Bam and Bobby Portis. Bobby Portis was in that trade as well.
Indeed.
So he's going to Miami. So you got Bam, Bobby Portis, Giannis. Who else is on that team that's going to start? Because Tyler Hero.
Hero.
Sorry.
You're fudging me up over here. It's Hero.
Yeah, sorry about it.
So it's obviously Giannis and Bobby Portis for Tyler Hero, Jaime Vasquez Jr., Khalil Ware, Kasparis, Jaku Konius. Then the number 13 overall pick tonight. Then a first-round pick in 31, 33, and then they swap picks in 30, and then a second-round pick in 33.
So who made out? Did the Heat made out or did the Bucks?
Bucks. Because Giannis went to the same exact situation just in Miami.
Yep.
So, defensive-minded point guard, and that was Davion Mitchell on the Heat, and then I think it's Hollins on the Bucks, and then a center that can't really shoot threes, which is in Bam, and like Miles Turner, and then no bench depth now.
Right. Because they literally just sold everything.
Correct.
Because the Heat are thinking, okay, we're gonna win next year.
Well, yeah, they have to, or within the next couple of years.
Yeah.
And then Bobby Portis was the same. Bobby Portis on the Bucks, Bobby Portis on the Heat.
Yep.
So no Thanasis or Alex went with him though, as in his little brothers.
Yeah, but there's
Probably gonna they'll get waived. There's no reason why they have a roster spot on the Bucks. Not
Right.
after now.
exactly. So that's why there's talks because the Heat only have 9 players on their team right now.
I think so. Yeah.
So they're thinking if once the Bucks get rid of Giannis, then they'll go ahead and pick him up, just because.
I guess if you want depth and if you want to try and keep Giannis there for the rest of his career, he's 30,
Right.
so it's possible. But
The Heat are in win now mode. So
which I mean, who did they get? Were they what, like 8th seed, 7th seed?
I believe I think they got bounced in the play-in.
Yeah,
I don't think they actually made playoffs this year.
Yeah, I don't
I
think
don't
so either.
I want to say they got bounced in the play-in tournament, and I want to say the Hawks did it, but I could be completely wrong on that because I think Bam got hurt and couldn't play the rest of the game.
Yes, that's exactly what happened.
Got hurt the second quarter or something.
Yeah, they weren't even record-wise before the play-in. I think they could have been like 7 or 8, but then got bounced by
Was it the Hawks or the Magic?
Magic or the Sixers because the Hawks were 6.
You're right.
already.
Yep. It might have been the Magic then,
I believe it was.
because I remember everybody being surprised.
Well, I like the Magic because the Magic have good players, and they
Yeah.
can, if they stay healthy, they are a good team. But yeah, I feel like for as good of a player as Giannis is, I feel like the NBA playing field kind of just stayed the same
Oh, for sure.
because you just went to the Miami version of the Bucks, just with Spoelstra instead of Doc Rivers, which is way better than Rivers, obviously. But
He just didn't want to play there anymore.
I don't know. We'll see. He even said that he wanted to play with Anthony Edwards in Minnesota as well, and or Boston with Tatum.
Right, because that was the next thing. Because it sounds like he had the option to choose between the Celtics or Miami.
Yeah.
Because if he had gone to the Celtics, the offer was Jaylen Brown and I think a first rounder or 2 first rounders.
It was Jaylen Brown and 3 first rounders and like some players. So it was basically like this.
Yeah, but he
So-
ultimately chose Miami, obviously, because he.
Well, I don't know if that was necessarily Giannis' choice because he probably told his front office, he's like, hey, I'm cool with whatever as long as it's Boston or Miami. I don't care.
Right.
And then the owners agreed on the Miami deal, which is crazy because maybe, I don't know, they could have just tried to sabotage the Celtics from the inside out because now Jaylen Brown knows that after everything that he's done for him, at least this last season, he carried the Celtics with Tatum being out. And then
They're willing to trade him.
And then averaged like 30 points in the finals when they won it, and he was the finals MVP. So, and Boston just like,
We like Tatum more.
yeah, which is crazy. I know.
Which is weird.
And Tatum he's 2 years older than Brown is, and he's coming off like an Achilles tear or whatever injury he had. Yeah, Achilles, ACL was one of the two.
Yeah.
But I would have much rather traded Tatum if I was Boston. Because, I mean, Tatum's a small forward, and then Giannis is a small forward, power forward.
Yeah.
So then you just position for position. But what do I know? All I know is that I'm happy because Boston's falling apart, and
Oh, well.
they get no Giannis and Brown not even going to play for him. So, actually, I could see Brown getting traded
In the offseason.
like,
or before.
if not tomorrow, I'd say before the deadline, which I can't remember what the deadline is for the NBA. Perhaps kind of around the time that Harden got traded to the Cavs this last season would probably be the time that Brown gets traded to whatever.
Makes sense.
We shall see.
Well, that was a big trade. I mean, I wonder if Miami Heat fans think they won that trade, or if the Buck fans think they won that trade. You think Buck fans are pissed because they let Giannis go? Because now who do the Bucks have? Like, they don't have that star player anymore.
I really don't remember who the Bucks have. They have nobody left from their championship team.
Right.
You have the three boys that they traded for.
We'll see what happens to the Bucks and Miami Heat. They have to win. They have to be in playoffs, high seeded in the playoffs next year. Otherwise, a failed experiment. They have to be high seeded in the playoffs. If they don't win the championship, people will understand. But if they're not high seeded in the playoffs, it's a failed first year with Giannis.
Yeah,
For sure.
their starters are okay. Obviously, it's Davion Mitchell, then Norman Powell if he comes back, and then Wiggins if he comes back, and then Giannis, and then Bam. So those 5 were okay. They all played defense as well, good. And then Giannis and Bam are going to be shooting everything within 15 feet of the hoop.
Yep.
There's going to be no J's, no threes, nothing. So
It's so
it
true.
would be like 80s basketball.
It's so true.
Yeah, and then the other 3 could do the shooting if they can make it, and that's mainly Norman Powell. So he's going to get some threes. But we'll see. We'll see what they do. I doubt anything, but what do I know?
Nothing.
Yep.
Nothing. All right, so we're going to pivot. Saw a list today that our father sent us, which I think would be a great discussion point. It's the greatness pyramid.
Let's start from the bottom.
Yeah, we'll start from the bottom. It's the greatest players in basketball. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tiers. We'll start with tier number 5. Obviously, that's going to be your lower bottom tier, building the foundation of the pyramid. And
So did you say this was ranked by legacy, impact, dominance, championships, skill, and greatness?
I like it. So cool. That's perfect because I like everybody in this list. Oh, that's cool. All right. So you want to read off row 5, and we'll see if everybody agrees on how everybody is ranked in here.
So on the I guess tier E or 5, whichever one, is Isaiah Thomas. That being a bad boy is Isaiah Thomas. Then Charles Barkley, Karl Malone, David Robinson, D Wade, Allen Iverson, Steve Nash, and Chris Paul.
And that's just tier 5.
Correct.
So let's roll up to tier 4.
Tier 4 would be Moses Malone, Jerry West, Oscar Robertson, Julius Erving, Kevin Garnett, Dirk Nowitzki, and Scottie Pippen.
All right, so looking at those first 2 rows, are those perfect? Would you slide somebody down, slide somebody up at all? Are there people in there that you just don't agree should even be in there? What's your thinking so far? Liking the list, hating the list?
I keep Jerry West in the 4. I'd keep Scottie in the 4. I'd keep Moses in the 4. I'd keep KG in the 4. I'd keep Dirk in the 4. I'd keep Dr. J in the 4. And I could be just blind to history, but I don't know. The only ones that I would probably bring up from the bottom would be, actually it's tough. Would you switch out Oscar Robertson for Barkley, Malone, Robinson, or Wade?
I like where Wade's at. I'm glad he's on this list.
He's often forgotten about now.
Exactly.
Retired, yeah.
So I agree with him being where he's at now. I would push Karl Malone up to tier 4.
Because he got, did he get a ring or 2 with Stockton?
I believe he did.
I mean, but then also, I know this is strictly just basketball performance, but like, is someone able to overlook all of his?
So no, Karl Malone didn't win anything.
Okay, so he was just a very good scorer and not leading scorer, but high up there for a while. Or he wasn't.
I guess
number
if
2,
you're
I think.
looking at dominance championships.
So with mainly the whole bottom row has no ships except for Wade.
That's a true story.
Yeah. So then you switch out Wade with the big O if you want to go off skill and dominance and
Wait, did
championships.
David Robinson not win anything?
Robinson did win 2, I think, with young Tim Duncan. Wade's got 3.
3, yeah. And you're right, because Allen Iverson doesn't have anything. Steve Nash doesn't have anything.
2
Chris
MVPs,
Paul
though.
don't got nothing. Charles Barkley got nothing. Isaiah Thomas,
He had 1.
he did. Huh?
1 when Michael retired.
That first time.
Correct. So, yeah. So, IT's got one. Barkley, none. Malone, none. Robinson for sure has one or two.
Let's look it up.
Wade's got 3 AI, nothing. Nash, nothing. Paul, nothing. But Nash has 2 MVPs. And everybody and Chris Paul don't have that. AI doesn't have that. Hey, does AI have an MVP?
AI should have an MVP.
I can't remember. I remember early 2000s.
Yeah, 2 NBA championships.
Yeah,
David
Robinson.
1999 and 2003.
That was 98 to 99, huh?
Yeah, that year.
Yeah, because 99 to 2000 is when the Lakers three-peat started.
Right. So tier 4, Moses Malone, Jerry West, Oscar Robertson, Julius Erving, Kevin Garnett, Dirk Nowitzki, and Scottie Pippen.
Correct. Yeah, we just said that. But would you switch out any of them for Robinson or Wade or even IT?
No. What are you thinking?
I'd have to ponder on that a little bit. Because I guess it just depends on what you're looking for. I mean, Oscar Robertson was like a taller point guard. IT, a smaller one. I don't know. And then the Admiral, as in David Robinson, was pretty dominant.
Right.
The last quadruple double ever currently still stands. He was the only one to do it so far. Maybe not the only one, but the most recent one. Then D Wade. I mean, it's kind of, I'll leave it as it is right now, just because it's a good list.
Okay, we'll talk about the other 3. So you got tier 3. Go ahead and name them off.
We'll go with Jokic, Kevin Durant, Wilt Chamberlain, Hakeem the Dream, then Shaq, Curry, and then Tim Duncan.
That's tier 3. Then let's talk tier 2 as well.
I don't know. Of course, once you get up here, you're going to get a little bit more controversial.
Yep.
You have Kareem, Magic, Larry Bird, Bill Russell, and LeBron James.
3 Lakers, 2 Celtics.
I wouldn't really classify as a LeBron as a Laker, although this is the longest stint he's had on a team.
Any of the teams.
Of any of the teams, yeah. Miami's last. If you put the Cav years together, the Cavs obviously overtake it. But
so, is Shaq in the right spot in tier 3 and not tier 2?
Because,
seems a little low, in my opinion, for Shaq.
Well, you're not going to put Shaq over Braun. And if you're going based off dominance and skill and championships, you're going to have to put Bill Russell up there since he's got 11 of them.
Yep.
Larry Bird didn't play for that long, but he's got a couple championships that he beat Magic for, I'm pretty sure. But then you had Magic and Kareem together, and Magic is one of, if not the best point guard to ever play basketball, aside from Steph.
Yeah.
Then Kareem that's kind of self-explanatory, I feel like.
Is Kareem.
Yeah.
Yep. No, I like where Kareem's at. Larry has 3 rings.
That's what I thought.
All of the Celtics, 81, 84, 86. And then the finals MVP. 81, defeated the Rockets in 6 games. 84, Los Angeles in 7-game series.
What about 86?
86, over the Houston Rockets in 6 games.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
Rockets twice, Lakers once.
Jeez, what I thought. Yeah, so Bird also, he didn't play for that long. It was maybe like around 10 years.
13.
Yeah, it was around 10. So
yeah, around 10, give or take.
If you round down, it's 10. But yeah, and then Magic and Kareem, I believe they won a couple together before Kareem bounced and Magic retired. Let's see.
This is a great list, I think. Because what Shaq has
a couple, yeah. Showtime Lakers, yeah. I forgot that it was this many. And I'm a Lakers fan, but I also wasn't alive in the 80s or 70s. But they won 5 together. Kareem and Magic? Kareem and Magic did, yeah. Because I believe the Lakers, I can't remember what happened first. I can't remember if they drafted Magic first and then traded for Kareem, or they traded for Kareem and then drafted Magic. But either way, once they started coming together is when they started winning. And that was, I think, 5 championships in the late 70s and early 80s, I believe. So in that time frame, it was basically the Bulls, the Celtics, and the Lakers winning all the shit.
And winning 84 when Michael came into the league.
Correct.
3rd overall.
84, but then he didn't start winning until they got Scottie.
Right.
So then they had a three-peat, obviously twice, and I think that was from 89, 90, 91. And then he left for baseball and golfing and gambling and drinking, and then came back because he sucked at all that, and then won 3 more in a row, which I think was 93, 94, 95. Those years could be off a little bit, but and then in that time frame, that's when the Rockets won, and the Pistons was when Michael was gone.
I didn't realize this, but Hakeem Olajuwon was number 1 in the same draft as Jordan.
Yeah.
He went number 1. Jordan went number 3. Barkley went number 5.
Correct. Yeah. That.
And number 2 and 4, I don't even.
I only know this because of 2K, and I do go through draft classes.
Sam Bowie and Sam Perkins.
Sam Perkins was on the Celtics.
No relation to Perkins.
As in Kendrick Perkins?
Yeah.
No. Sam Perkins, I'm pretty sure, was a white boy. But I can't remember. Old Celtics had a lot of white guys on it.
And then John Stockton was 16th overall in that draft, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it was a really good draft class.
Oh, holy crap. I didn't. Hall of Famer.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Because there's that draft class, and you have the 96 class with AI and Kobe and all them boys in there, Allen, and then you have the 03 with Braun, Wade, Bosh, Melo.
Oh, crazy.
So,
Tier 1, which I think everybody knows who Tier 1 is going to be.
Just look it up for fun. That would be, I don't know who did all this ranking, by the way. I don't know who made this list, but it's Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant.
Makes sense to me. That's always been the talk.
Well, yeah, I mean, Kobe, I think, has all the stats above MJ, except for MVPs and 1 championship ring. But arguably, Steve Nash's MVPs could have gone to either Kobe or Shaq, one of the two. Either one. Statistically, shouldn't have gone to Nash. And even now, if Nash had those numbers playing in today's game, he would not get it.
So, regular season stats between Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant.
Mm-hmm.
Points per game, Michael, 30.1. Kobe Bryant, 25.
Okay.
Rebounds per game, Michael Jordan at 6.2. Kobe at 5.2. Assists per game, Michael Jordan at 5.3. Kobe at 4.7. Steals, MJ at 2.3. Kobe at 1.4. They weren't much of blockers. Field goal percentage, Michael Jordan at 49.7. Kobe at 44.7. 3-point percentage, Kobe at 32.9 to Michael Jordan's 32.7.
That's crazy because Michael wasn't really known for
Right.
threes. I mean, I guess Kobe wasn't either.
And then free throw percentage was pretty much the same, 83%. Yeah, Jordan has the playoff statistics and regular season statistics barely over Kobe, like that much better.
Well, yeah, longevity. Why? Oh, not longevity, but like.
And then career accolades: Michael Jordan 6 championships to Kobe's 5. Finals MVP: Michael Jordan 6 to Kobe's 2.
Because Shaq had the other 3, I believe.
Yeah. Regular season MVPs: Michael Jordan's 5 to Kobe's 1.
Voter fatigue, but not back in the 80s and 90s because everybody had a hard on for Michael.
For sure.
Still
Kobe
do.
Bryant only won 1.
Correct. Yeah, and that was in
that's crazy.
That was like 2006.
Oh, that's nuts. I didn't realize that. I thought he had multiple.
No, he does not. It's the same reason why LeBron never had like multiple MVPs. People are going to get tired of voting for one person. Not anymore, apparently, since Shea got 2 MVPs back to back.
Yeah.
They had a weird little, let's spread this out amongst everybody in the 2000s and early 2010s when you could have literally either given it to Shaq, Kobe, or Bron every single year.
Yeah.
Once Bron came in like 03. But
scoring titles: MJ's 10 to Kobe's 2. All defensive first team: Michael Jordan, Kobe tied at 9. Player efficiency rating: not sure how you judge that. Michael Jordan 27.9 to Kobe's 22.9. I guess Michael Jordan's second all time. And then win shares: don't really understand what that means. 214 to Kobe's 172. So, knowing the accolades.
Kobe is also above Michael on the all-time scoring list. I know that.
So who do we think? Like, I know both of us like Kobe, and we pin him maybe like a hair better than Michael. But is it still clear cut? Or is it still murky waters? MJ number 1, Kobe number 1.
I mean, I don't know because I'm obviously gonna die on that hill that Kobe's my number one forever and always. But like I'm trying to think of because obviously everybody has their Robin whenever they are like Batman.
Yeah.
And
You have to.
Michael was such, and then Scotty was his Robin.
Yeah.
Because MJ didn't win without him. Like those not gonna happen without Scotty because MJ was getting swept
For sure.
in previous series before he even reached the finals.
That's why they went out and got Scotty because they needed defensive players.
Correct. And then Kobe from the jump was already good for, like with Shaq, and then took a little bit for them to win. Won 3 in a row. Then their egos got in the way because they easily could have won more had they stayed together. Then there's a few years there where the Lakers didn't really have a number 2. Like would go in the playoffs but wouldn't win, and then they got Powell and Odom. Then they went to 3 finals in a row but lost the first one. So I don't know. I feel like everything would be a lot closer had because Kobe's been to 7 finals and he won 5 of them.
Right.
If he had just won one of them, then the conversation would be a lot closer, at least for the older people that love Michael.
Yeah.
So then you'd have to. It's all in the hypotheticals. I know MJ's undefeated in the finals. But, like, I don't know.
Let me ask you this. Because LeBron obviously is there. I know he's in tier 2 here, but he's always that number 3 talked about as an all-time great. Have LeBron won one more ring or 2 more rings, greatest of all time?
Or if he had 2 more, if he
wins 2 more and ties MJ at 6.
Say if he would have 3-peated with Miami when they won their 2 in a row, and then gets 1 more on the Lakers, then that's him going to
3 separate teams, championships.
Well, yeah, he already has that anyway.
Right.
But, I mean, you would have 6 championships, and then you would be... How many times would he have lost in the finals?
Well, if he won 1 or 2 more than
4.
Well,
I'm saying if he won 1 more. Well, yeah, so if he had...
He's been to 10.
If he didn't lose to Dallas in, 11, so then you'd have 1 more ring, 1 less loss, and then if he gets 1 more ring right now, so then you add 2 more rings to that, and then you take away a loss. So then he'd be 6 and
4.
Yeah, so 6 out of 10 appearances in the finals. So I'd rather go to 10 finals and win 6 of them as opposed to just going to 6 and winning 6.
So would that pin him as the greatest of all time over Kobe and MJ easily?
Well, I don't know. It's also tough because you can't really. That was weird. You can't really go off of championships either because it's like you have Bill Russell with 11.
Right.
Nobody's catching that. Not anymore, anyway.
Right.
I hope not.
That would be insane.
I would cry. I would not want to watch the same team. I'm not saying it has to be 11 times in a row, but say if it's 11 times in the next 15 years or something like that, or 16 years, I'm going to get sick of it. So that record will never be broken. The NBA was also smaller back then, and of course he was
dominant,
massive. Yeah, but if you were just basing greatness off of pure dominance in championships, you would have to put Bill Russell as numero uno, and then every other player that was on his team with him, because they have the same amount of rings as him. Some of them might have more, some have less. But thank you. So there's always going to be a flaw. Someone's always going to find something.
Yeah.
That
makes it a debate.
Yeah, with Kobe, he was carried by Shaq, da-da-da-da. And then Michael, he needed Scotty, because without Scotty, he got swept by Bird or whoever was playing against him in the first rounds. And then with Braun, went to 8 finals, only won 3 of them. There's always something. Always something. But that's a good list. I feel like most people would agree. At least, but then yet again, it's people's opinions, and people are opinionated creatures.
I like how this pyramid doesn't select Michael as 1 or Kobe as number 1. It just has them in tier 1, Michael and Kobe.
Yeah, in that aspect though, you could have easily you could have slid up one of the people on the second row. You could have threw up Bill, you could have threw up Kareem, and you could have threw up LeBron.
Why is it that Bill Russell isn't talked about like MJ and Kobe are?
It's just a different time. Everybody that probably watched Bill Russell play is probably dead, so they can't, as is Bill. So like people can't really stand up for him. And then plus, like back then, like I said, the NBA was a lot smaller. There wasn't as many teams, and there wasn't as much competition. Same with Wilt. Wilt's got all the scoring, average 40, like 41, like 18 and 22, while he was on the Warriors. So
So playing career for Bill Russell, he played from 1956 to 1969.
14 years.
Yep. And then he was drafted second overall by the St. Louis Hawks, then immediately traded to Boston.
Rip.
Yeah. 11 championships. He won titles in 1957, 59 through 66, 1968 through 69. Oh, wow. So for his final 3 seasons, he served as the Celtics' active starting center and head coach.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Winning 2 titles in that dual role. That's insane. 5 times regular season MVP, 58, 61, 62, 63, 65. So he won 3 in a row. 12-time NBA All-Star. So every season except for his rookie season. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, there should be more of an argument for Bill. But I think it's just the era that he played in. He's overlooked now.
Yeah, because, he played in the 60s, half of the 50s, and then the 60s, which the game hadn't really evolved until really the 80s. When those boys showed up.
It just happens when a new wave of people come in, people get overlooked. And
the game is played differently. I don't know how the game was played back in Bill Russell's day. I know in the 80s and 90s, there was actual basketball being played versus the 2000s, 2010s, and now the 20s. There's even differences in those 3 decades.
Yeah.
Because right now, you can argue between 2000 and 2020-ish. There was some, maybe more 2000, 2015, 2016. There was actually basketball being played when Kobe was in the league. And now it's just soft cookies. People flopping like crazy.
I feel like the 2016-17 season, I think once Durant went to the Warriors and stuff, honestly, after Kobe left, pretty much.
Yeah, that's why I backtracked.
Is when it changed. Not saying that Kobe had anything to do with the change, but it was just convenient that time frame.
Well, there's a mentality. Kobe brought something to the NBA, not just to his team, but to the NBA.
Well, yeah.
How the NBA was supposed to act with a certain mentality and toughness. And then once he left, there was nobody really to grasp onto that.
Yeah, because there's not really like a toughness persona.
No.
Left. You had Kevin Garnett, but Garnett was gone.
Yeah, all those cats.
Had Dirk. Dirk was gone. Had
LeBron's
Wade.
Only
Wade
original.
Even though, Bron, there's a different mentality between Bron and Kobe, obviously. I'd even say KG and Carmelo too. Carmelo would be different. I remember I saw this story real quick that Shumpert was talking about a game that he was on the Knicks, obviously with Carmelo and J.R. Smith and all those boys, and they were playing against the Celtics, and KG said something to Melo towards the end of the game, like a couple minutes left in the fourth, and Shumpert said that Melo had this whole routine that he'd normally do after the game, and he just scratched all that off, and he just went in the locker room, got showered, changed real quick, did his media stuff in like a towel around his neck and his shirt off, got ready, then he waited outside like 30 minutes, just still fuming over something, and then we just waited for KG to come out the tunnel, and then KG came out, and then I guess Shumpert was there just next to Melo, and he said he did not lose any fire. He was just and then KG was over a basketball game, but I don't know. People, I don't know. There's not enough grit or something like that. Is that the word I'm looking for?
Yeah, there's not in this league.
Not anymore.
Right now. There's nobody that brings that toughness to the league right now. It's all when people think of the NBA, people who at least watch it, first they think soft. because of all the flopping and everything. As a spectator, I don't want to see the floppiness, especially on my own team. That pisses me off. I want to see you driving to the basket and legit scoring a layup or dunking the ball, right?
Yeah, trying to score as opposed to getting a foul call.
Right.
Yeah.
That crap is so overrated. Nobody likes that. Nobody. And then, because obviously with NBA and the NFL, NHL, MLB, young kids are watching their favorite players.
Yeah.
And if their favorite players are flopping or acting like douchebags out there, guess what that does to the younger class? Same exact thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's kids flopping out there in high school games, middle school games, trying to get their fouls called kind of thing.
Oh, the kid that the Lakers just drafted, there was like an interview that he did, and it was like, oh, who would you rather guard? Was it like Ant or SGA? And then he goes, oh, I don't want to deal with all the flopping. I'll choose Ant.
Yeah.
Something like that. So,
see, some kids see it. Some kids will see that, like, this game is ridiculous sometimes when it comes to the flopping.
mm-hmm.
So hopefully those kids end up in the NBA and bring that grip back.
Hopefully.
Maybe one day.
Hopefully they're young boys, 18, 19, 20, 21. So,
yeah.
We'll see. We'll see if any of those guys in this draft could be on this list.
Yeah, let's hope.
Yeah.
Awesome. Anything else before we wrap up?
Nope.
Awesome. Well, thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of the SportsHIve Show. As usual, if you can go ahead and tell your friends and family members about us, we are on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple. Give us a follow and a like and a share. That'd be much appreciated. And let us know what you think. Is it Michael Jordan, number one? Is it Kobe, number one? Is it LeBron? Or is it Bill Russell at number one?
Magic, Kareem.
Magic, Kareem. It could be anybody. Anybody's up for a debate. But let us know who you think.
Steph.
Yes. But until next time.
Yippee.